Ever wondered how the world's financial giants view spending habits? Warren Buffett, the legendary investor, has some eye-opening insights on 7 things poor people waste their money on. The last one will shock you. 1. Luxury vacations. Alright, let's talk about those jaw-dropping, Instagram-worthy vacations. We all love the idea of lounging on a tropical beach or exploring a bustling city, right? But here's the deal. While these trips can be incredible experiences, they can also be major money pits. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, puts it bluntly, you can't make a good deal with a bad person. Now, he wasn't talking about vacations, but the principle applies. You can't turn a budget-busting vacation into a wise financial move. The average American spends about 10% of their annual income on vacations. That's not cheap change. It adds up to thousands of dollars that could be working harder for you elsewhere. Here's a little financial wisdom from Suze Orman. Owning a home is a keystone of wealth. Now, while she's talking about real estate, the idea of investing in assets that appreciate over time is key. That money you're dropping on a 2-week getaway could potentially be growing in investments or real estate. Let's not forget about the emotional side. Studies have shown that the happiness boost from a vacation tends to fade away after a few weeks. So is that lavish trip really worth the long-term financial strain? Now don't get me wrong, I'm all for experiencing new cultures and creating lasting memories, but there's a smart way to do it. Consider more budget-friendly travel options, look for deals, and think about the long-term impact on your financial health. Remember, a vacation is meant to rejuvenate, not financially suffocate. So before you book that luxury getaway, think about whether it's a smart move for your wallet in the long run. 2. Luxury items. Now let's talk about the allure of luxury. We've all been there, staring at those designer clothes, those gleaming accessories, or that latest tech gadget, thinking, if I have this, it'll be a game changer. However, these flashy pieces come at a staggering cost. Many people in the middle class take up loans and save up aggressively to add them to their closets because they see them as essential. But here's the cold, hard truth. You don't need them. Even if you buy 10 or 20 of these luxury items, they will never be enough because you will still remain in the middle class, and you'll never be able to keep up with the rich. They aren't made for you. They are made for the elite. And until you change your financial status, you will never be able to look like them. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, puts it bluntly. The biggest mistake is buying things you can't afford. And let me tell you, luxury items can wreak havoc on your finances. The luxury fashion industry rakes in over $300 billion annually. Yes, the big B. Billions of you, and you aren't even a millionaire. That's not just a drop in the bucket. That's an entire ocean of money spent on labels and logos. Now, imagine redirecting even a fraction of that cash towards investments or experiences that truly enrich your life. True wealth isn't about wearing your net worth on your sleeve. It's about making savvy financial choices that build a solid foundation for your future. Now, don't get me wrong, treating yourself to something special is absolutely fine, but stay within the borders. It's when luxury purchases become the norm and you start treading on dangerous ground. Instead of splurging on a designer handbag, consider investing in experiences or assets that appreciate over time. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself, it's about being intentional with your spending. So before you reach for that high-end label, ask yourself if it's a wise investment or just a fleeting indulgence. Your financial future will thank you for it. 3. Buying a house. Home ownership is often celebrated as the ultimate financial milestone, right? But here's the reality check. Warren Buffett, the financial guru himself, once said, "A house can be a nightmare if the buyer's eyes are bigger than his wallet." Now, that's a punchy reminder that home ownership isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a major financial commitment, and it's not always the wisest move. Shocking as it may sound, studies have shown that in some cases, renting can actually be more financially savvy than buying. The average American homeowner spends about 15% of their income on housing, and that's not just the mortgage. It includes maintenance, property taxes, and all those unforeseen repairs that pop up like unwelcome guests. I know what you're thinking, but it's an investment. Yeah, many folks view a house as an investment, but that's not always the case. In fact, sometimes it's an excuse. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, urges us to differentiate between assets that put money in our pockets and liabilities that take money out. A house can be a bit of both. Okay, think about it. Yes, your house house might, the word is might, appreciate over time, but it is also a money pit when you factor in all those ongoing expenses. It's crucial to weigh the costs and benefits before taking the plunge into homeownership. While I agree that owning a home can be a source of pride and stability, it is also not the automatic ticket to financial success that it's often portrayed as. So before you jump on the homeownership bandwagon, do the maths and consider if it truly aligns with your long-term financial goals. Next on the list is 4. Fancy cars. I know I'm breaking some tables, but I'm only trying to help by telling you the absolute truth. Warren Buffett once said, "I don't have a problem with guilt about money. The way I see it is that my money represents an enormous number of claim checks on society. It's like I have these little pieces of paper that I can turn into consumption." Now think about it. A luxury car is a major chunk of those claim checks. Sure, they're sleek, fast, and packed with bells and whistles, but here's the kicker. They're also loaded with depreciation. The moment you drive a brand new luxury car off the lot, it loses a significant chunk of its value and automatically becomes a first-grade vehicle. The average new car loses about 20% of its value in the first year, and it keeps dropping from there. That's some serious cash going down the drain. Now, don't get me wrong. It's fine to appreciate a fine automobile, but when it starts eating up a sizable chunk of your income, it's worth reconsidering. Let's face the facts. A reliable used car can get you from point A to point B just as well as a brand new luxury model. Don't bite more than you can chew. So next time you're tempted by that high-end sports car, ask yourself, is it really worth the dent in your wallet? 5. Subscriptions, and more subscriptions. Unnecessary subscriptions are like little money-eating monsters that lurk in the shadows of our bank accounts. I'm telling you from experience because I've made my own fair splurges on subscriptions. Warren Buffett once said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." Now think about it. How many times have you signed up for a gym membership with all the enthusiasm in the world, only to find it gathering dust after a few visits? Or subscribe to several streaming services, each promising to be the next big thing. Here's the reality check. Australians are pouring a staggering $4 billion into monthly subscriptions, and over half of Americans subscribe to things they barely use or need. We've all been there. The initial burst of fitness motivation fades just after you get subscribed to a gym, and suddenly that monthly fee feels like a burden. The same goes for those TV subscriptions. How many channels do you actually watch? All these subscriptions? They add up and create tiny leaks in your financial boat, slowly draining your hard-earned cash. So here's the game plan. Take a hard look at your subscriptions. Trim the fat. Keep the ones that genuinely add value to your life, and cut loose the rest. This simple move can free up a surprising amount of cash for things that truly matter. 6. The illusion of luck. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. I didn't say that. Warren did. Now think about it. How often have you heard someone striking it rich overnight thanks to a lottery ticket or a risky bet and thought, "Wow, I wish that was me right now"? Unfortunately, the chances of hitting that jackpot are astronomically slim. In fact, the odds are stacked so high against you that it's like searching for a needle in a haystack. In the dark, blindfolded. Take the lottery, for instance. The average American spends over $200 a year on lottery tickets, a chunk of change that could be put to much better use. What are the chances of hitting that jackpot? Insignificantly small. Yet millions pour their hard-earned cash into tickets, hoping for a miracle. Also, this illusion of luck drives most people into get-rich-quick schemes. Warren said, "The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient." Now, the same goes for many get-rich-quick endeavors. They promise the moon and stars, but more often than not, they leave you with empty pockets and shattered dreams. Luck isn't a strategy. It's not a reliable path to financial success. Focus on sound, informed decisions. Invest in your knowledge, your skills, and your long-term goals. Remember, wealth is built on a solid foundation of knowledge, discipline, and hard work, not on a roll of the dice or luck of the draw. 7. Unhealthy food. The average American, including you, spends over $1,200 a year on fast food. Imagine what that money could do if invested in something with long-term benefits. In protest, you might argue that Warren Buffett said, "The more you eat, the less flavor. The less you eat, the more flavor." And while he was talking about food in a different context, this quote holds some truth in our wallets too. Think about it. Grabbing a quick burger or ordering that pizza might seem convenient, but those fast food runs add up. And don't forget about the health implications. Poor eating habits can lead to a myriad of health issues down the line. Medical bills and prescription costs can skyrocket, taking an even bigger chunk out of your wallet. So here's the deal. Investing in your health is investing in your wealth. Cook at home, choose nutritious options, and watch how your financial and physical well-being flourish. Remember, every dollar saved on unhealthy fast food is a dollar that you can put towards something that truly adds value to your life. Thanks for joining me on this journey to uncover the money traps that hinder wealth building. I hope you found this helpful. What are your thoughts on these spending habits? Are there any other financial topics you'd like to explore? Share your insights in the comments below. If you found this valuable, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more financial wisdom. Let's take the first step towards financial freedom together.